Hi, my name is Zoe. I am the Gypsy Psychic, and today we're going to talk about the cusp of Libra and Scorpio with the cusp of Libra and Scorpio. So two Libra Scorpio cuspers together. How does that work? This relationship is very complicated. You are a very complicated human being, okay? Admit it. So when you put one really complicated human being with another complicated human being, that's my cat. Next, stop. Yeah, so I don't know what I was saying, but I think it was something like, if you put a very complicated person with another very complicated person together, then it makes this very intricate relationship. So that's how your relationship is. It's complicated, it's intricate. And that also means that it's probably not the most simple, like it's not the easiest relationship to be in, okay? It's pretty difficult. That is why you cannot hold on to anything. I think you might be seeing my cat in my glasses, which is funny. You gotta keep your relationship flowing. You know, it can't be stagnant. So you really can't dwell on conflict. Like, you have to avoid that at all costs. You can't hold grudges. So basically you must be able to surrender your love and like enjoy the ride, you know? Your Scorpio sides will struggle with this, but when you both manage to surrender, it can be magnificent. That's not even the hard part. Yeah, I know. The real challenge is not needing to talk about it every time something goes wrong. You need to avoid making obstacles a topic of conversation. It may be really unhealthy for a lot of relationships to like not discuss their problems. However, it is way healthier for this couple, for a Libra Scorpio cusp and a Libra Scorpio cusp, to not need to discuss every little problem. You don't have to have a conversation about everything, okay? That is what goes wrong here. That is usually your mistake as a couple. That is why, like often, why things don't pan out the way you want them to. So for this dynamic, it's very important to surrender, have fun, like let go. Don't hold on to the little details and have to talk about it all and figure it out. Like, it's hard. It's really hard, you know? And it has to be mutual. So you both mutually need to be able to move on from fights when they arise. Communication takes on a different form for this couple. That being said, you both know how to have a good time. You might have a blast with another Libra Scorpio cusp. This combination knows how to enjoy themselves. Now, moving in with another Libra Scorpio cusp will not be a breeze, however. It is never simple. Never. You both require a lot from each other, and it can be a challenge to just coexist. So if you want to live with each other, you must find a balance. Balance, balance, balance. You can't let your emotions fully take charge, but you also can't let your mind do all the driving. Like, you can't let your mind drive the relationship. You have to use both for this to work. This is an equilibrium that must be maintained. Before you start feeling like, this sounds like way too difficult and I don't know, I'm not sure, and you start having cold feet about jumping into a relationship with another Libra Scorpio cusp, let me just say this. When this couple works out, it works really, really well. Like, yeah, it's complicated, but it's not impossible. You may have just met your perfect match when you meet your Libra Scorpio cusp. There is so much depth to explore within your dynamic, and living together peacefully is possible as long as you can sit down with each other and come to an understanding. You need to know what you're walking into before you settle. Even the details, like how you're gonna decorate your home or what color you're gonna paint your walls. So do this ahead of time to make sure you're on the same page and you know what you're walking into. Be practical yet passionate about every single decision you make together for the future. When you finally do come to an agreement and you finally get really comfortable, take a chill pill. Just enjoy it. Enjoy your time together. You may need to work on really letting loose while you're with each other. You both need to go with the flow for this to work. So wind down together after work or do something really laid back on date night. You might find yourselves arguing over the details more than the big things, because the little things can seem like a huge deal to the both of you. So make sure you take your time and get to know each other before you just jump into a relationship with them. Find a middle ground. It can feel aggravating sometimes. That's the truth. That's what happens when you have such a complicated, complex relationship. So you need to plan if you want to live together or share a space with your Libra Scorpio cusp. If you're hoping to settle down with them, make a plan. You may find that you need to take a long time to figure out where you both stand on like the most mundane domestic topics. Take all the time you need. Don't rush it. What's the rush? You may feel like you need to keep things interesting, or you might worry that things are going too slowly or that they're going to lose interest in you. Sometimes things just aren't that exciting, and that's okay. Relax and enjoy the mediocre moments. You don't have to work overtime to make every experience unforgettable. Some of the best moments that you would have together are doing like the most mundane tasks or chores, or even the times when you're just like not really doing anything at all. Just being with each other is special. The problem is when you try so hard to keep up the thrill, like that's energy exhausted. Energy that you could just be putting into your relationship and having a good time, you know? Learn to just be and stop needing everything to happen all the time. If you can't let go, then your relationship just won't be sustainable. You both are pretty sensitive, of course. I mean, you share the same sign. You both have strong feelings. Don't let that turn you off though. If you're on the same page about your taxes and your budget and your finances, like ahead of time, you may allow things to move forward more smoothly. You both have each other's back and you're usually a really good team. There's a strong loyalty that bonds you. Just be careful not to push your responsibilities on each other. You may feel like you both are always expected to be responsible and in charge of the other. That can be very stressful. You both need to be on the same page about the foods you like to eat. It may seem really trivial now, but like if one of you is a vegan and one of you loves fast food and can't get enough of that, like McDonald's or something, then it may not seem like a big deal right now, but it can become a huge deal later. So make sure this is something that you both can come to terms with. Your habits, like even the smallest habits, matter. They cannot be overlooked. They may be all that stands in the way of your happily ever after. Where you both choose to live also makes a difference. So take your time and discuss these things. While you both are pretty loyal to one another, you may not feel like you owe anyone else anything. You trust each other, but you don't have a lot of trust in society. You must treat your fellow Libra Scorpio cusp as your equal or suffer the consequences. But you may feel like things just aren't fair at times. That is why balance is so important. Of course, not everything is as complicated. It will feel like a breeze in some situations, while in other situations, it will feel like you're caught in each other's web. Things might feel so simple during those certain situations, and you forget all about the difficulties that you face. Now, this bliss is really like the fuel here. It's what keeps your relationship going. When you both are relaxing and having fun, having a good time, there's like this magical energy that just surfaces, and it's so worth it. Libra Scorpio cuspers have a powerful energy, and it can feel like heavenly. It's like you're in your own bubble together and nothing else matters, nothing. You both can be very timid sometimes, and this does impact things. You also might experience social anxiety and feel kind of nervous. You might seem kind of aloof to each other. This doesn't usually stop you from being able to have some really deep conversations and nice talks. You both share an intellectual quality and you like debating different topics. You will probably like and appreciate how easy it will be to talk to each other about almost anything. You both can be pretty passionate. If you feel like they're being flaky and they're like canceling on you all the time or showing up late to dates, then yeah, you probably shouldn't date them. Obviously, it goes both ways, you know, you both share that sign. This is not the kind of behavior that just goes away. And you need to drop that habit before diving in a relationship with them, or vice versa. No matter how far you are into dating a Libra Scorpio cusp, you usually don't have an issue with having lots of friends over or going out to events or parties. You both are pretty secure in that aspect and you encourage each other to go mingle and, you know, make friends and have fun. You probably will fight a lot though, but it usually isn't enough to like break up the relationship. It's kind of like the norm and you don't usually take each other's words so seriously, at least not enough for it to make a real difference. You both know how you feel deep down and you don't usually dwell on arguments because like I said, if you dwell on things and need to talk everything out, then that's not gonna work for this couple. So just like move forward, you know, go with this trait that you have of not always needing to dwell on things and sort of like trusting, because that's your forte here. That's what you have to go off of, because like when you can just chill and have fun, like it's bliss. It's like magical. It's like your life force, you know? Like with your arguments, they really quickly lose importance in the grand scheme of everything. You fight, you make up, and you move on. And it's never anything you really can't fix. You'll probably find each other's social awkwardness to be kind of endearing. It might add to the allure, you know? You love all of each other and you see those traits as attractive. A lot of people might be turned off by them, but you're like, wow, I like it. And you both love each other despite the ups and downs. You both have an impulsive nature. And when you're together, it can be exciting. The more you intertwine with them, the more intriguing they become. And the more you want to involve yourself. This makes you soulmates, if you ask me. It's a very powerful chemistry, I'll give you that. You both can grow so much from being with each other and push each other to be the best versions of yourselves. Now, when you don't feel like their thoughts are in alignment with your feelings, that's when shit can go downhill. Oh yeah. This is why you must find that balance. You must be in sync. Platonic relationships are perfectly acceptable if you can't find that balance. In fact, they might work really well in those cases. It's definitely a safer bet because no matter where you are on this journey with them, this is going to come up constantly. It will constantly test your relationship. Now, obviously, it depends on the situation and everything, but if you can't resolve your differences, one of you usually resorts to cheating. So this is a very common way that this relationship plays out, how it interacts. But obviously, we all have free will and we don't have to cheat. But I'm just saying, like, this is how the dynamic tends to go when you're not working together in harmony and when things aren't going well. So just keep that in mind. You both have so much love for each other. It will feel exhilarating and exciting. But part of that is because of the messiness and the lack of order. A good sense of humor is a must in your partner. And if you can laugh with them, you're already falling for each other. Don't kid yourself. Your smile gives it away. You are excellent companions. Your relationship may be controversial. You see each other. You see the good and the bad. Whatever anyone says, you don't care. You love all of them, all of them. And of course, they love all of you. They can appreciate parts of you that no one has really cared about. Like, you see each other, you see each other. And when you do enter in a relationship with each other, you're both in it for the long haul. You both are committed. That's why you gotta make it work, right? Thank you so much for watching. If you are born on the cusp of Libra and Scorpio, and you have dated another Libra Scorpio cusper, or you just want to like find out about it, tell me your story in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. These are for aesthetic purposes only, just in case you were curious, because I never wear glasses. They're my like blue light glasses. I just thought they were cool, so yeah. Also, if you're curious where I get a lot of my ideas from and different books that have influenced my content, make sure that you check out the book list video that I made for beginners, and you can definitely find some interesting cusp, like inspiration stuff in there. So yeah, I'll post all of that in the description box below. Bye bye!